Greetings and salutations, everybody! Welcome to a very special Anthony Around Town video. If you read the title or the description or saw the thumbnail or something, then you already know what it is. But just in case, I'll tell you again. It is the second annual Townsy Awards 2020 edition. In case this is your first time watching an Anthony Around Town video, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Anthony Crosby. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. And when I say us, I'm referring to Matthew over here, my main man. How's it going, Matthew?
It is going amazing. I'm having a wonderful day.
It's pretty good so far. To my right, to your camera left probably, we have Nicole. Nicole, what's going on?
Not much. I wasn't having quite as good a day as Matthew, but I have to say, coming here at Scoreboard, they're so friendly. I'm having a great day now.
Yes, exactly. So as Nicole said, we are currently shooting this video at the Scoreboard Casino Restaurant. We'll talk more about them in just a second, but if you're wondering, where are we? Hey guys, I've been following you for a while. You're not in your studio. What's going on? Well, we just like partnering with some awesome people in the community who hook us up with sweet venues for videos and stuff. And so that's where we're at now. Again, we'll talk more about them in just a second, but it is the 2020 Townsy Awards, and here is how this whole thing came about, just in case you're wondering what the heck this even is. Maybe you just saw this somewhere, like, what is going on? What's a Townsy? Well, long story short, we here at Anthony Around Town are all about celebrating the culture of Elko County. So that includes its people, sometimes it's food, sometimes some cool events going on, whatever. If it has to do with Elko County, Carlin, Elko, Spring Creek, then we are all about it. And what we usually do is we take what's going on in the culture of Elko and we create some cool content out of it. So Nicole and I, we have a podcast, the Anthony Around Town podcast, that's centered all around our local community. Matthew and I, we stream live on Facebook every single week, just talking about some cool things around the town. And we also put out blog interviews on people. We do more video content besides just this. We're just all about celebrating Elko. And so when we're thinking specifically about how to do this last year, we just realized that there's just a lot of people in our community that just really deserves some love, some recognition, some spotlight, if you will. And there's other outlets and venues and media sources here in town that do like award shows or award ceremonies every year or what have you. But we just realized that a lot of those other type of outlets just focus on categories that are just very limiting. And there's people in our community who deserve some love who maybe don't fit into those award systems. Say like there's an awesome stay-at-home mom here in our town who's just busting her butt to serve her kids well. She deserves some love too, just as much as a business owner or something like that. And so we created the Townsies to give some people in our community some love. And if you're wondering, okay, well, what people are you guys going to shout out tonight? Who are you going to be celebrating? Well, the people we're going to be celebrating are people that you all, a lot of you, followers of Anthony Around Town, have sent in to us. Now later on, we'll give our own personal Townsy awards to people that we just want to shout out. But everybody else, you wrote in and sent these names and these descriptions to us. So that is how this whole thing is going to work. Guys, before we continue on and really get rocking and rolling, is there anything that you guys just want to share about the Townsies in general, the idea, the concept, or heck, why you're even sitting here tonight doing this thing with me?
For me, I haven't done this before, so I'm just excited. Like you, I love getting to know these people here, and I mean, that's the most I think that we can celebrate here. We have some very cool places, we have some, good schools. Our sports here are awesome, you have to say. Like, you can't beat our sports here in Elko, but I think what makes all of that just incredible is the people, so I'm excited. I can't wait.
Now, Matthew, you were here with us last year, the first annual Townsies. Nicole, this is her first year joining us. She's newer to the team, but you were here last year. You got to do this thing last year. You're here back again. What brought you back, man?
Honestly, it's fun. It's almost kind of like a party that we get to have where we get to, really just kind of get together, talk about some cool people. you know, and it's fun to see kind of even a tradition almost that's up and running and starting. And, you know, I was talking with some really cool people before we got all this set up and started the stream, and we were just talking about them, so, you know, saying like, you know, next year hopefully we'll be looking at a third annual Townsy award show, and so it's just fun to kind of see it keep going.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? We're able to keep going and doing this every single year for a couple of reasons. The bigger reason is you all who watch and support and listen to and read the content from AAT. Thank you so much if that's you. I always say, like, sometimes I regret putting my name on the title of the site because I hate having my name in there all the time and having to say my own name all the time. I just think it sounds pretentious. But ultimately, AAT is not mine, it's not Matthew's, it's not Nicole's, it belongs to the community. So the fact that you all keep showing up and supporting it, again, I can't say thank you enough for the bottom. Oh, because actually, earlier this week on Monday, we celebrated our 3rd year as a website.
Yes, we did.
We had our 3rd birthday at AAT, and again, that's all made possible by you all, so thank you. And it's also made possible practically by some awesome local businesses who see AAT, who understand what it's about, and want to come alongside of AAT and support what we're doing here. So we're just going to first, I think we're just going to give our first Townsies of the night, actually, to some of our fantastic sponsors. So the first Townsies of the evening go to the best digital media website sponsors in all of Elko, Nevada. The first sponsor we're going to give some love to is Denise Bradshaw and her business, Bradshaw Law, LLC. And that's all I'm going to say about Denise, because we'll talk more about her later. Just stay tuned with her. We're going to give some love to two fantastic Dream Team Realtors. I'm talking about Angela Sandoval and Beth Meza over at the Sandoval Meza team, Keller Williams Group 1. They're really cool because they're very community centric. They have a big heart for the Elko area, and they bring that heart to their clients every single day. So if you're looking to buy a house and you really want, again, an all-star team, not just one realtor who will do stuff for you, and we have some cool realtors in Elko, don't get me wrong, but you get 2 rock stars at the Sandoval Meza team. And Matthew, you know what their motto is by chance?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Wow, I didn't know you actually even knew that. I was just that's good job.
I hear you say it like every Monday.
You guys actually listen to me think, because teamwork makes the dream. Oh, that okay, now it makes sense. But seriously, we love them, we appreciate them. So we actually, I don't think we have any realtors that we're giving awards to tonight. So I'm going to do it. The 2 best realtors in Elko go to Angela Sandoval and Beth Meza, Sandoval Meza team. Woo! Townsies. Anthony Around Town is also made possible by Kristen Hill for District Court Judge Department 1. Her campaign is actually a paid sponsor of Anthony Around Town, like these other businesses. But Kristen Hill just wants everybody in the community to know, as you're maybe going to the polls this election season. I know some of you have already started voting or heading there soon. She just wants you to know from her campaign that she just really does want to work hard to bring fairness and justice to our local court system. In fact, so much so that the local law enforcement, I think 5 departments rather, I'll put a correction down below if that's wrong, but I think 5 local law enforcement departments are backing and publicly endorsing Kristen Hill. So just remember that name as you head to the polls. Kristen Hill for District Court Judge Department 1, a paid sponsor of Anthony Around Town. And then we have some more. Those are our main weekly sponsors, but we're going to give some love to a few more because these other businesses are just big backers of what we're doing here. The first is, I don't know if you can see where I mean, I'll stand up a little bit without falling down. You see my shirt? I just don't want to tip and die. There we go. The shirt was designed and made by our good friends at Two Bows Designs. Cassie Krotz over at Two Bows Designs does a fantastic job of printing and design work. So if you need some sweet teas like this, if you need a personalized cup, if you need, I already said a shirt, but here's another shirt that you could have Cassie make, a mask, mask. Obviously, we all need masks these days. Nicole,
That's a
I knew she was going to say amen to that. Maybe you are a realtor and you need some closing gifts for your clients, whatever it is, just get a hold of Two Bows Designs, Cassie Krotz over there, and she will take care of you. Also, we're going to give some love to our 2 Friday Small Business Feature of the Week sponsors. So this video obviously is coming out on a Friday, and usually on Fridays, this day is reserved for Anthony Around Town to specifically spotlight local small businesses. And the 2 businesses that sponsor those blogs are B3 Glass and Duke's Diesel Repair. So those 2 businesses out in Spring Creek, very, very hardworking people, very people who are just very committed to the Elko community, so much so that they give us money to go talk about other businesses. Like, that's just how much they love Elko and this community. So big props to them. And then last but not least, usually we talk about them because our studio space is actually in their building, but we're not there tonight. But just still, either way, we're gonna give some love to Envy Off-Road, the best power sports vehicle care / maintenance / whatever it is you have to do to get it out on the hills, on the snow, the dunes, wherever. If you have a rig in your garage that just needs a little love and TLC, you take it to Justin and the boys at 1430 Stitzel Road, Suite A. I have that address memorized because, again, that's where our studio is normally housed. But nonetheless, you take it to Justin and he will make sure you are all taken care of. So, all of those businesses we just mentioned, congratulations on your 2020 Townsy Awards for being our fantastic sponsors. We love you guys. Thank you so much. All right, now let's talk more about where we're actually at currently. As Nicole said earlier, we're not at our studio. We are at the Scoreboard Casino Restaurant in Spring Creek. They are sponsoring and partnering with us for our special week that we have going on here, because it's our birthday week, so they thought that was pretty cool. And obviously we're doing the Townsies, and so they joined up with us to help make all of this possible. So we want to just let you guys know about them in a couple of different ways that you can support them, and for thanking them for supporting Anthony Around Town. And the first way I'm going to ask you to support them, it's very hard. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. You're really gonna have to dig deep and find the courage to do this, but I'm just asking you, please make this happen. What you're gonna need to do is you need to get in your car, load up your family and tell them to put down the technology, get in the car. You're just gonna have to prepare them for what's about to happen. You're gonna drive down the road, whether you live in Spring Creek, down the road, Elko, over the summit, Carlin, through the tunnels, whatever you have to do. You're gonna come to the Scoreboard. You ready? And you're gonna have to order some barbecue. I know that's a big ask, especially for those of you who are like Nicole. I just realized are vegan, and maybe you're like, actually, that is kind of a big ask. We're not really.
As a vegan, I would totally come on and say the barbecue does look amazing if you like that, but since I've got here, everything is amazing. I love these people. They've made us some nice drinks here. Like,
That's right.
This place is awesome. As a vegan, yeah, come to the Scoreboard.
Boom. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna come try their barbecue menu, because Matthew, I'll let you talk about this part. If you've been following Anthony Around Town this week, you know that on Wednesday we put out a special food vlog specifically about Matthew and I trying the barbecue menu here at the Scoreboard. So Matthew, for those of you or those of our viewers rather, who haven't had a chance to watch that video yet, give us a quick breakdown of what you tasted 2 days ago.
I'm not good at quick.
I know, that's why I have to say that every time.
Honestly, guys, the food was fantastic. During that video, if you guys paid attention, I told you that I'm very heavy on like sauce guy, especially for like barbecues. I'm a sauce guy. You can't go skip it out on the sauce, and they did not skimp out on the sauce. The sauces were amazing. My particular favorite was the Carolina Gold. That, and then Dusty, his recommendation was the tri-tip, and the tri-tip was phenomenal. I loved it. Seriously, guys, go try it out.
So, if all of that sounded good, everything that Matthew just talked about, then what you're gonna do is go to the Scoreboard's website. We'll link it in the description, and just order some food online. I mean, you can come in like Matthew and I did and have a good dining experience, but it's 2020. We all know we're getting food to take home, to sit in front of TV watching Netflix, and so what better way to do that than by doing it with Tasty Barbecue. Also, on my paper, I'm going to tell you about a special promotion they have on their casino side called Action Jackson. And I'm just going to read it because, as Nicole was saying earlier before we started shooting, we feel like we got like a news anchor, Sports Center vibe going on. So I'm going to bring you the news. Breaking news! Don't forget to come in daily for your chance at Action Jackson. Just match the last numbers of your choice card to the last 3 numbers on the $20 bill at the cage. This progressive now stands at $420. That's right, Action Jackson, come on into the Scoreboard and take advantage of this amazing daily opportunity. And that concludes your evening news.
I have no idea what that was, but it sounds exciting.
Doesn't sound cool? Who doesn't want $420?
Yeah, so wait, what is it? You get a choice card?
You have your player's card here. You match the numbers to what's on the dollar bill, and you have a chance to win some money. Sounds cool. Oh, Action Jackson, Andrew Jackson, who's on the $20 bill. That's why they call it that. Oh, okay.
That's clever.
That's clever. Scoreboard, you're clever. Cheers to you.
All right,
There's
you guys are
always
awesome
enjoy
here.
something clever.
That's clever. All right, well, with all that out of the way, it is time to get into the official Townsy Awards of 2020. Here's what's gonna happen. All 3 of us just have some individuals on our pieces of paper that you see right here. We're gonna read their names. We're gonna read what the people who submitted those names had to say about them, and we're just gonna celebrate each one of these people. So, because I've been talking a lot and I wanna sip on my rum and coke, Matthew, why don't you share with us our first official Townsies of the evening?
All right. Our first official, we have Terry Johns Jackson.
Terry John
Best
Jackson.
UPS delivery driver.
Terry John Jackson for Best UPS Delivery Driver?
Yeah.
Best UPS Delivery Driver.
Awesome.
Nice.
She's always friendly, always goes above and beyond, and she's always happy and smiling and happy-go-lucky. So thank you very much, Terry Jackson.
That's
for
good. I think, little known
happy
facts
go
about me. I'm trying to remember if I knew Terry. So I worked at UPS for like a year. Like I was the guy who would take all the boxes off the big rig trailers and move them into the facility where they were sorted into the trucks. And sometimes I'd have to sort the packages into the trucks. So I might have gotten to know Terry. But I say that to say that for her, what did she say? She goes above and beyond and always happy-go-lucky. Like a job like that, showing up, dropping off a package, going to the next house can get very, mundane, I would imagine, get very same old, get whatever. So for Terry to show up, to go above and beyond, and to always have a smile, I just know for me, I think I would even just tune out doing that because I would just be like, just the same job every single day. So Terry, I think that's super awesome.
I will say our local UPS here, they're incredible. I've had the guy that comes into our complex, if I was pulling out of the complex before, would say, hey, wait, and would meet me.
Oh, wow.
Like they're amazing. So
That's cool, yeah.
Sweet.
For real. All right. On to our second one. We have Ruth Hart. Best person who works in a kids club worker.
Oh.
So.
Okay, Nicole, you got something to say about kids club?
I was gonna say that's probably my
Okay,
cue.
what do you gotta
I'm the
say?
mommy here that had to take my kids to the gym for so long. I'm sure she's absolutely amazing. But I'm gonna say all the kids club workers, you guys are amazing because you guys aren't even really allowed to discipline the kids or anything, but you guys wrangle them all and you give us that little bit of time that we need it. Okay, so all kids club workers, Ruth Hart, you guys are the real MVPs.
Yes,
right there.
yes. I would say even to add to that, anybody who's worked with kids,
Yes.
teachers, Boys and Girls Club people, daycare worker, like me this year having my kids home as much as we've had to because of everything going on, I'm like,
We salute you more.
Dude, you guys are crazy. So now to have my daughter and to have 20 other kids probably just as crazy as my daughter in a room all day, props to you all. So thank you, what was her name? Ruth in particular, Ruth Hart in particular, and we appreciate you very, very
Definitely.
much.
So. All right, and then third one actually kind of got stolen from me a little bit.
Anthony.
What? What are you talking about?
I have Denise Bradshaw, best local lawyer. She is awesome, is what our comment is. So, I haven't gotten too much into the law. I've never actually needed a lawyer, but with a comment like that, and from honestly, I think because we've heard quite a little bit of like some other comments just on like our live shows in the past and stuff like that. She sounds awesome. She sounds really cool, and no doubt in my mind that she definitely deserves a Townsies. So,
Yeah, I'll talk about Denise a little bit because again, we mentioned her earlier because her business, Bradshaw Law LLC, is a sponsor of Anthony Around Town. But her in particular, I mean, you know, she has a staff and everything like that. But she's Bradshaw Law. She's Denise Bradshaw. So really, when we say thank you to Bradshaw Law, we're saying thank you to Denise because when I approached her in the spring and was like, hey, this is what's going on. And she knew about AAT, so I didn't have to like explain it, but was like, we're looking for a sponsor. Do you, which is your business, want to come in? She was just super, well, here's the thing with her though. It took a while to get her signed up to be a sponsor, but it wasn't because she wasn't interested and didn't want to do it. It's because she's just so dang busy because she fights so hard for her clients. So sometimes she'd be in Texas and sometimes she'd be doing this. And so like literally when I, like Denise and I talk, she's not impersonal. But when I went to go meet her to get some things taken care of at the end of setting up our agreement, she was like on the phone while she was working with me. And it was fine, but that's just how much, and I think that's my biggest takeaway from Denise is she doesn't just half do things or just whatever things. She goes all in and she works very, very hard. So
it's it done.
we appreciate you, Denise, and we appreciate your business. Well, thank you, Matthew, for reading our first round. Oh, well, before we move on,
I was waiting for that.
You're
Anthony.
here right now. I'm sure you've, met some cool people this year that you want to give some love to. Put down the paper. Actually, tear the paper apart. We don't need this anymore. Who do you, off your head, off your heart, who do you want to give some love to, man? Who do you think deserves a talent?
So I already kind of mentioned it on our live stream show about a week ago. Is Scotty from Battleborn Tree Trimming.
Scotty.
Guy is amazing. I got to talk with him, chatted up a couple weeks ago, and really just wholesome dude. Really cares about his job as kind of just, I think you were the first one to tell me, was shepherding trees and stuff like that, and just kind of making sure the community looks amazing, right? And just kind of taking care of the trees of the Elko community. And so I loved it. I thought it was so cool, so wholesome. Really go check out his videos and the blogs that we have on him. The second one that I was definitely wanting to do is Dusty, because he gave us the recommendation for the tri-tip and
You're talking about the
barbecue.
operations manager here for the scoreboard, Dusty Anthony? Okay.
Dusty Anthony, operations manager from the scoreboard. Guy's phenomenal, really chill, really cool to talk to. And just really honestly, that's I guess really a great way to say it is he's just really chill. And you can't beat chill people. Chill people are the best.
Absolutely.
That's good. All right, well, that's it for you. But let's go over here for a sec. That was good, but we're gonna go to Nicole. Nicole, you have some Townsies that you want to read for us today?
I do, actually. I have a couple of them that are right here, and then I have a couple I'm gonna touch on after that. But the first one, and this is interesting because I actually need one of these.
Okay.
Dr. Josh Byers at Ignite Chiropractic.
Okay.
So what we have for him that I'm guessing was written in, best local chiropractic office. They do so much for the community.
Cool.
So it's not just in office, outside of office. They're doing drives for school supplies and other organizations. And from what we hear, their staff is super friendly, pleasant to work with, and always remembers everyone's names.
good.
I love that.
That's
I
good.
love staff like that. They make the whole experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I may have to try you guys out.
Cool. Have you, you said you need a chiropractor then?
Now
Do you go to
that
the
I
chiropractor
am
often?
30-ish plus whatever, yes, I am now in need of a chiropractor. So
Nice.
you can't beat this recommendation.
Okay, there you go. Townsy, there's quite a few chiropractors in the office. So
There are.
to win a Townsy Award, Ignite Chiropractic, that kind of sets you apart.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I hope
you
it does.
gotta hang that award.
That invisible award that we don't actually physically give out to people. Maybe one day we'll actually give out trophies or plaques or something. But
The Townsies.
now you just get clout. You get
Just-
bragging rights, I guess.
Get Tubo's designs to make
That's true.
a little like
Dude.
diploma.
Let's do
And we're in the digital media age. You can tag this, and that's what you say, clout.
Yeah, you get
One of those
that.
words that I'm
Yeah.
still learning.
All right, who's
Okay.
next?
The next one, oh, I like this one because personal special place in my heart for these people. The Carlin Fire Department.
Yay!
For the best local fire department.
Best local fire department, Carlin Fire Department.
They do. These guys just, I mean, they save a lot of lives. People, kitties sometimes, but especially with everything going on lately, like first responders in general.
Yes, yes.
We can't say enough. I mean, we
Sure.
absolutely can't. But Carlin Fire Department, you can shout it out.
Good. That's all. I think that's important because I think same thing we did earlier with the Kids Club worker, extending that to every child care worker. I think with this we could extend giving a shout out to the Carlin Fire Department, Elka, whatever. But really, like you said, first responders in general. So fire department, medical, our local law enforcement. Fantastic men and women. We love them here at Anthony Around Town very, very much because you guys keep our community safe, obviously. And you know, the two of us, we have kids that we're raising here, and we want to be able to know that our kids are growing up in a community that has people in it who will protect it and again keep it safe so we can raise them up to the best of our abilities. So all of you, we thank you for just putting on the uniform every single day and going into a lot of unknowns. We do appreciate it. So you know, the three of us can sit and drink booze and talk in front of a camera. We get to do this because you guys are out keeping us safe doing what you do. So thank you, and in particular the Carlin Fire Department. Thank you.
Thank you guys. And kind of in a good segue, we have one for Best Ambulance Call Responder, and that is a Paul Bradshaw. Is that any
Paul
relation
Bradshaw.
to-
I don't know. I wonder if he's related to Denise.
We've got a lot of good
We'll have to-
Bradshaws here.
Yes,
but,
yeah, two Bradshaws.
Paul
Nice.
Bradshaw, thank you for what you do.
There you go. Fantastic. All right, then you said, oh, wait, here we go. Get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. Nicole, who do you have off the top of your head, in your heart? Who do you want to give some love to?
I've got a few, actually. I'm going to do a couple in general, and then I've got a specific one that I'm hoping after this may meet us on the show one day. But first things first, I wanted to talk about teachers because you guys,
Yes.
I kid you not, I have had my son's teachers call me in the evening when they're at home with their families. There's so much going on, and my son's teacher, one of his, she teaches at the school. She has kids of her own distance learning. She comes home, she has to make everything work, and she calls me when she's able to, even if it's time that she should really have to herself. And they are just, with all this going on during quarantine and distance learning, you guys are just incredible. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. You guys are absolutely amazing. And in addition to that, the students. I don't know if this is a weird one, but our kids have been, you know, they've definitely been thrown a curveball this year, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the way I've seen a lot of these kids handling it. You know, us as parents have had our hard days handling this. The teachers, these kids have, you know, they've gone through a lot of change, and I think they've been pretty impressive in how they've handled it and how they've stepped up. So I don't know if you kids are watching this, but you guys are doing amazing, and keep doing amazing.
Definitely. I just did an interview for the website with a local high school senior a couple weeks ago, and it's going to be an interview I don't forget anytime soon because I literally just never thought about, well, all the kids, but especially like that age demographic, what they're going through. Because I mean, think about it, you raised your whole life going through school, but you're told like your senior year is the year, right? Like it's your year that all the memories happen, and you're gonna go to prom, and you're gonna do senior pranks and ditch day and do this and that. Like it's your year before you go off and become an adult and go to college or start working or whatever. And for a lot of them, all of them rather, the reality is that, you know, they're going through all the stuff that we're all going through this year. And so, like, it really broke me, I guess, thinking that, like, my daughters, they're young, kindergarten, preschool, so, you know, they might remember some of this, but odds are, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll grow up, they'll continue on as normal one day. But for a senior, a junior, a sophomore, I just know that this is going to be something you guys just don't forget for a long, long time, and I know it's not easy. So to echo everything Nicole's saying, you know, you guys are, I just couldn't imagine being 17, 18 years old and being where all of you have to be, rather, right now. So, you know.
You guys are rock stars. We love
rock
you.
stars to you. All right, you said one more that you want to bring on the show? Is it a Denzel Washington?
I did, and this
Is
may
it
not
Is
actually.
it a supermodel?
Okay,
Is
I
it
was gonna say, we
a
could do a
chef who will
few.
feed us?
We
Okay.
could do a few.
Okay, so who do we have?
So in addition to Denzel, which
Yes.
I wouldn't mind looking into that.
Yes.
But in going with what Matthew was mentioning earlier about Battleboy and these guys landscaping and keeping some of this area pretty for us, I had a little bit of a twist on that.
Okay.
Locally, we have my tattoo artist, Andrew Elizondo. He has Solace Tattoo downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe his partner is Chloe. Do you know her last
Chloe
name?
Tetz.
Chloe Tetz.
Yeah.
I have not met this beautiful young lady, but I have seen their pictures online and I have seen her work. So if you guys don't know, she's a cosmetic artist, Andrew's a tattoo artist, and together, I'm gonna say this is a power couple, just
I think
really
so.
beautifying Elko.
Yes.
So I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Chloe or having my makeup done. Hint, hint. I know I saw.
I was gonna say, a couple of us have had the pleasure a couple times meeting Chloe. So we did a couple of videos with her in the past where first time she did my makeup just to make me look beautiful, because God knows I need that. And the
I think
second
you went
time,
from like I think 6.5 or 7 to like a nice 9 or 10.
you see me as a 7 without makeup?
I think
Oh my
that's
gosh, wow,
if I
thank you.
remember correctly, that's the numbers that we talked about.
I think you're right. I think we said
It was
that.
like a nice like 6.5.
That was all Chloe. She brought me up. But then we did. So if you watch anything Anthony Around Town, you know her little
Yeah.
theme song. No, 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 no. She's the person at the very end before it cuts to the logo who's doing my makeup at time lapse sped up. What she's doing in that is she's making me look like a zombie because for some reason, I don't know why. Was it Halloween? I don't know why we did that.
Is that when the Lostras?
And the Lustra
Them?
Realty, they are the
Yeah.
ones who let us show up and
Another
do that.
family
Yeah.
in town. There's a shout
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I
Sure,
can't
it is.
remember if we were doing that for Halloween.
I think it was close to Halloween. I think that's
But
why
it
we
was,
thought
I
about
want
it.
to say it's definitely
I
close
don't know.
to.
But anyway, you
It
can
was
go
really
watch
fun,
it.
though.
Go watch
I
it on
loved that one.
YouTube. Go find it. But anyways, Chloe, we've worked with her a couple times. So you have met Andrew, haven't met Chloe. We've met Chloe, we haven't met Andrew. So I think you're right. We need to set
So
them
my
up.
brilliant idea, this beautiful young couple that is beautifying Elko here with us, I'm kind of hoping we can have them on the show
Okay.
and discuss some of that and see about plans for the future
Okay.
with those.
Well,
But
Chloe, you're tagged in this Facebook post now, so you and Andrew talk about it, get to us, and let us know if you'll come on Anthony Around Town content. This is
Andrew
an
and
official ask.
Chloe, thank you
In front of
for
the whole
helping.
world, we're asking you,
Right?
please.
You can't say no. You can't say no
Right.
now.
Thank you guys for helping beautify
Yes,
Elko, and
yes.
hopefully we get to have you on here and talk about it some more.
Boom. All right, anybody else you have?
That's all for me.
So, for the first time ever, we're going to crown the Townsy Award Grand Champion. And what the
Oh.
Grand Champion means is the person that I got the most submissions about out of anybody. So some of these people, a couple people wrote in multiple, but this person who's the Grand Champion person had several people write in about them. And so we're definitely going to be giving this person a shout out in just a second. But first we have Rudy Hart and Judy Teal, and they're winning the Townsy Award for Best Food Pantry Workers. Somebody
Ooh,
says
yeah.
their
Thank you,
dedication
guys.
to the town of Carlin keeps this community fed. So congratulations,
Nice.
Rudy
That is
and
amazing.
Judy. And Rudy and Judy. I'm glad you guys' names rhyme. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's adorable.
But thank you for working in the food pantry. It's essential. So I know that's essential. Again, bringing up past content, so you guys will subtly go check it out. But we talked to a guy named Kaz, and he works with a lot of people down at the homeless camp. So we're gonna give Casalito Townsy right now as well for best. Just man, he's such a good guy. So there you go, Cos, you get a Townsy. But anyways, I was talking to him, and he works with one of the local organizations in town that gives food out to people. And he was just telling me that the lines are long, man. Like, you would not think in Elko with the mines and the this and the that there's people who need food, but he's like, no, like you'll see people in fancy trucks who look like, you know, they're pulling in 30, 40, 50 bucks every day working at some site, coming in who need bags of groceries. And for whatever reason, whatever, but it's reality here in our community, even though we might not think so. There's people who need these type of services. So Rudy, Judy, thank you so much for this. And then I'm gonna give my next talented shout out to Kelly Boulette. Kelly Boulette is the owner of a local bakery business called Creme Boulette. Get it? Ooh. Kind of a pun on her name.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she wins the Townsy Award for Best Local Baker. And somebody says everything she makes is yummy, and she puts hard work into every morsel. So Kelly, this is a Townsy to you, and I'm going to give you another Townsy on top of that Townsy. You're winning the Townsy Award for most read article about you on the Anthony Around Town website in 2020. So I know that's a long Townsy name, but yeah, we interviewed her a little while ago, and it blew up. As of right now, it's the second most read article in Anthony Around Town history, in all of our 3 years of doing this. It's number 2. And of 2020, it's definitely number 1. So Kelly, a lot of people love you. A lot of people wanted to know your story. And thanks for bringing our website clicks, because we need that. So thank you.
So when are we going to go to her bakery?
That's what I need
to
know.
do the show from there.
We need some pies. We need some cookies. We need some cakes. Because vegans can eat desserts, right?
Oh, we can eat everything you can eat. Just eat it without the animal. I said I was vegan, not that I was healthy.
Boom.
Pizzas, chips,
fries.
of course.
Subtle nod to some of our other past
Of course,
content.
fries.
All right, so now it's time to give one more submitted Townsy Award to the Townsy Award Champion of Champions. And that person, can I get a drum roll, please? This Townsy Award Champion of Champions award is going to Ellen Mashevsky from Carlin. Okay, so a couple things to know about Ellen. She organizes things for the community, and one person says she's a driving force for the town of Carlin. And I have a big one I'm going to read, and this is so I didn't write this, Ellen. This isn't for me. Somebody in your community had this to say about you. This is why you're the champion of champions. And I had multiple people writing about you, not just the people who sent me this stuff. A lot of people. That's, again, why you're the champ. Ellen 100% deserves to be honored for all of the community events that she puts on or is behind in Carlin. She does all of the free kids crafts every Thursday night. She does the Call-In Spook Walk, Call-In Car Shows, Call-In All-Nighters, and helps with fundraisers anyone puts on. She donates her time, money, and supplies to whomever needs it. She checks on those who are sick and does what she can for them. She is honestly the angel of Carlin, Nevada. Ooh, that's a cool nickname.
Right.
She deserves more than anyone can give back to her. Oh man,
I love
I'm
this.
starting to get a little emotional. This
Right?
is really nice, Ellen. I could honestly keep going about how amazing and big-hearted this woman is, but unfortunately, I have to get ready for work. You can ask anyone in Carlin about Ellen, and they will tell you a personal story about something she has probably done for them. She is truly an angel and always puts this community before herself.
Oh, goodness.
Ellen, oh man,
Real.
That's beautiful.
I like that.
That's a really
That just
cool.
hit me.
I love this.
And I read that obviously preparing for the show, but like reading that hit me because like that person is what this is all about. Like obviously everybody we're shouting out tonight deserves it, but like there's just something about somebody who puts this community first, loves their community, serves the community, is just there for them. Like that, not just what this is about, this is what Anthony Around Town is about. I know we have our sponsors, we have our this and we have our that, but this is why we do stuff like the Townsies, is to celebrate people like Ellen and like everybody else who we shouted out tonight, because you could obviously just tell from whoever wrote this that their neighbor has impacted their life.
Yeah.
And that's what being a community is all about. So, Ellen, congratulations on that Townsy shout out and just being an overall champion of Carlin. I think it's super, super awesome. But those are all of our submitted Townsy people. What are you gonna do right now, dude? What do you know?
I almost
You know
kind
what
of
we
don't
gotta do.
want to rip this one in half.
I know, that is
because
sweet, but I have
those
to
are
see.
really beautiful.
I
That's
think
it.
we're gonna have to be symbolic here. We'll rip this one and save that one because that's beautiful. So
Oh,
Matthew,
okay,
if you
okay.
go with me, we're just gonna.
Okay, so I have to speak from the heart. All right, so I have 2 Townsy Awards that I'm going to give out tonight, and they are the Townsy Awards for the 2 best co-hosts / friends a guy could ever ask for. I'm talking, of course, about Matthew, Iceman, Sexy Beard, Rom, and Nicole, the killer queen of Northern Nevada.
Oh, I
Alvarez.
love this. 2 bows. I need that one, by the way.
Oh, there's a
Right.
shirt idea. Thank you, Tubos. Hashtag, you may not agree with her, but you gotta think about it. That's this girl. You'll know that if you listen to our podcast, people. But anyways, seriously, I gotta be real. So, real talk. Let's just start with this summer. This summer has just been crazy for Anthony around town because, long story short, without getting into too many details, we just had a lot of plans for what we wanted to do with the brand, and unfortunately, like many things in business, just things fall through. Either just commitments just didn't work out, or just whatever. And it was just hard because, honestly, just being real, there was times when I just wondered, heading into the fall, do I keep doing this? What does this look like? Is it worth it? What's the point? So on and so forth. And that's that reality. But having both of these 2 by my side, literally like right now by my side, I'll start with Nicole. I remember calling Nicole. I was at the park with my kids. And I was
I
like,
remember
I
that.
gotta call Nicole and I gotta give her some bad news because we planned a whole bunch of stuff, big stuff for her. We planned a lot and none of it was able to work out. So I remember having to call Nicole when my kids were swinging and basically be like, Nicole, look, this is what happened. This is everything we planned. It's just not gonna happen. So either this could just be it, and I just say I'm sorry, and we just kind of go do our own thing, or you could stick around and we could completely change the plan, and you could help me host our podcast and be involved with this in a different way. And without hesitation, she's like, "Oh no, sure, like, duh, why would I not stick around?" Basically, was her words. And I never told her this, but that meant so much to me because we've had other people that we were looking to work with, but Nicole was at the top of my list of dream people in this community I really wanted to partner with. And so for her to stick around, even though things didn't go according to plan, I seriously can't thank her enough for that. So Nicole, thank you for you. I really do
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I
in every
love
single
this.
way.
This is so exciting.
And then this guy, man, what can I say about this guy? This guy goes back with me to the very beginning. I told this story before, but one more time. We were sitting in the back of my minivan, because that's how I roll. Sexy dad minivan. And 3 years ago, I was like, dude, I have this idea for this website. I don't know what it's going to be called. I don't really know what's going to happen with it, but I think I should start it. What do you think? And again, like Nicole, without hesitation, he was just, you know how he talks. Like, yeah, dude, no, you should do it. That's good, that's good. And we sat and we just talked about everything, and he listened. And of course, that conversation led into all of this. And he's been there every step of the way. He knows the ups, he knows the downs, and never once did he ever make me feel like I wasn't doing enough, like I was failing in any way. He just has always helped keep me on track, and always just been a rock behind this whole thing. So even though people say like I'm the face of AAT, Matthew, he's really the heart behind it all, and none of this would be possible without him. So
I really
thank you,
appreciate
brother.
that, man.
Oh.
Thank you. So I love both of you guys. Thank you guys so much. So that's why you guys get those Townsy Awards this evening. All right. Well, with that kind of emotional ending, I guess. Sorry, I guess should have got a refill before we got into all of that mushy
You got a
stuff.
little bit.
You got a little bit. I was chugging a little bit during Matthew's session, but
I'm sorry. Gosh.
It's
but-
just that year.
It's 2020, man. It's 2020. But seriously, thank you so much to everybody we shouted out tonight on the Townsy Awards. We just know, on top of the people we mentioned, there's so many other people in our community who deserve these type of recognition, and that's what Anthony Around Town's all about. So don't just look at what we put out in this video and be like, oh man, like I missed a chance to give somebody some praise or what have you. Part of what Nicole and I do on our weekly podcast is we have a entire section devoted to doing a Townsy Award of the Week. So if you have somebody who wasn't mentioned tonight that deserves to be mentioned with these people tonight, then you can just email me, anthonyaroundtown@gmail.com, or DM us on one of our social media platforms and just let us know, and Nicole and I will make sure to put it in our upcoming episode of the Anthony Around Town podcast, available wherever you normally get podcasts. And so we just wanted to remind you of that. But overall, Anthony Around Town, we're all about celebrating people. So if you have a cool story and you want to be featured on either a blog or a video or come in and be interviewed by us on our podcast, then same thing, just use the email anthonyaroundtown@gmail.com and we'll get a hold of you. Or if you're new and you're like, I don't even know what's going on Anthony Around Town, what's it all about, I would just suggest you go to our main site, anthonyaroundtown.com. That's where all of our content is housed. Blogs, videos, links to the podcast, links to the live streams, all that is just right over there. So go check that out if you want to just learn a little bit more about us. Special thanks one more time to all of our sponsors who help make this possible. We're going to go through every single one. We're talking Bradshaw Law. We're talking Sandoval Mesa team. We're talking about Kristen Hill for District Court Judge Department 1. We're talking about NV Off-Road. We're talking about Two Bows Designs. We're talking about B3 Glass. We're talking about Duke's Diesel Repair. And then last but not least, we're talking about the place we're at right now, the Scoreboard Casino Restaurant. Guys, remember when I gave you a couple assignments, right? Just two things you had to do. You had to go either in person or online, order some of that delicious barbecue that Matthew, you gave your seal of approval.
Dude, yeah, seriously, 10-10 would recommend.
10-10 would recommend. Get some of that barbecue today, and also come take advantage of their Action Jackson promotion here at the casino. I just love that name now that I actually figured out what the Jackson actually stands for. So
He's
come
not
to
leaving
that.
when this is over.
No, I gotta go check this out. Seriously, Scoreboard, thank you so much for hosting this year's Talentsies and partnering with us this special week. We definitely appreciate it. All right, guys, well, that's going to get ready to wrap up this year's awards. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
It's been awesome.
This has been awesome. This is my first one, and I could have done this for 2 more hours.
Yes,
Right.
we could have,
Should.
but we're not, because I got to go home and edit this, and that would take a long time.
Right.
So, everybody, with that, thank you so much for joining us for the 2020 Second Annual Talentsy Awards. I'm Anthony Crosby, and until next time,
Catch you later.
You may not agree, but think about it.
we'll see you around, Helco.